let's go through fucking Virginia, because I don't live in fucking New York or anything, Twitch. No, that's cool. Hey guys, I guess we're streaming out of Virginia because New York was fucking too far away from New York, I guess. Hey, it's the Mygamer streaming cast Awesome Blast. We're playing Zeno Clash 2 today. And apparently, for some fucking reason, Twitch decided that our closest Twitch server was in Virginia, which it isn't true at all. So yeah. Hey Zach, how you doing today?
Hey, yeah. We are streaming Zeno Clash 2.
Zeno?
Zeno. I always get it mixed up with like Zeno Gears, which is like
that's an X though.
Yeah, that's an X, so it's like that's my own stupid dumbass problem. But yeah, I think it's Zeno. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Maybe you're saying it wrong. Let's go with
an idiot.
Yeah, you're the fucking idiot.
Yep, I am the problem.
I've been saying that for years actually.
Anyway, we're playing this game, published by Atlas. Obviously, it's the sequel to the original game, which was released on XBLA. This game was released a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago now, or a week ago. But it was on PC now. It's been on PC for like, I don't know, a couple of months maybe. So it's been out for a while on PC, but it's new to PSN, new to XBLA. And we're just kind of kicking it off from the beginning here, right?
Yeah. We're starting a new game. This is on my home console that we're playing this guy. You wrote the review on this guy, so
yep.
I know nothing aside from how fucking insane Father Mother is in the first. I know about the first one.
Yeah.
Father Mother and your murdering habits of her. Which is not a spoiler because they tell you that in the first like 3 minutes of that game.
Yeah, you know what? That was one of my, and the review of this game has been posted on Mygamer. So I try not to spoil too much or anything, but so clearly this is the intro, and it's kind of confusing. Like you don't. If you never played the first one, if you never heard
I'm not gonna lie to you. The first one was fucking confusing to begin with.
Oh yeah, well I mean I think that it's just this fucking weird game to begin with, but the sequel doesn't really do anything to tie in with the first one. Basically, like the second one here is like, all right, let's just get right into it. You kind of play and you kind of pick up context clues to figure out what happened in the first one. But anyway, you play as this guy here with like this weird skull goatee thing, mustache, and you got to go save Father Mother, which is like your father and mother, I guess, in one creature, which is this weird ass bird thing. Again, this whole game is just fucking weird as shit. It's got to be one of the weirdest games, if not like the most bizarre game that I've ever played. I mean, look at this guy. He's got like wings. He's got claws things for feet. It's just these weird hybrid animal creature beings. It's just a weird friggin' game. So anyway, I'll kind of maybe narrate it as you're going on, but it's a first-person brawler. So think of like a first-person shooter, like a Call of Duty or a Halo, but instead of getting guns, you punch with your fists, left and right punch. I mean, you do get guns at certain points, but for the most part, yeah, you're just going to be punching the hell out of everybody. So the left trigger and right trigger, those punch. If you just kind of tap it, you jab. If you hold it down, you actually do an uppercut, which I think you kind of get to that in the tutorial here in a second. But yeah, you can do a number of combos. Yeah, there you go. You can grab them if you kind of hold. You can hold down both trigger buttons. Yeah, and you just kind of hit left and right, and then you hit back, and you can kind of like grab them. You can give them a pile driver. You can hit them with both fists at once. You kind of just saw right there. So using
you're like all fucking kinds of ugly there, buddy.
I mean, look at these guys are just like these nightmarish creature things.
I think the people who made this are South. You know what? Like that's the thing though. Is like the first one. It say what you will about it being a game. Like the story itself is one of those things that you're like, I'm kind of glad someone did it just because it's so fucking weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I appreciate it, just because it is so far. I mean, I don't think I've played anything this whacked out before. I mean, you'll get weird games like WarioWare, right? But it's like this is just a bizarre, weird for the sake of weird. I mean, nothing makes sense. I mean, look at this guy. What the hell is this thing? He's just like some glob of fat, like it's just.
Hey, speak for your. Oh, the guy over there, not me. Okay.
It's so weird, and it's supposed to be, and that was one of the things that I wrote about. It was, the story is just weird and it's hard to follow, but it's one of those games where because it's so weird, you'll remember it, for a while.
Oh, I still fucking remember the first one.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Well, you did like chunks of the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play through the first one, but I actually played the demo of the first one, and just from playing the demo, which is
it sticks fucking with you.
Oh man, yeah, that's how. Yeah, exactly. That's how I was like, oh man, Xenoclash, I want to play the sequel, but just because that first game was so weird that I kind of missed out on.
Well, and it's one of those times that it's like, you sit there and you're like, the number system kind of doesn't do a rating thing justice.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Right. It's you just kind of
because like you could assign a number to this, but you just in the same instance you want to be like, but.
It's so weird that you should just like check it out just because it is so friggin' weird.
Yeah, like regardless of what we say about this game, you do.
I mean, this game has some problems with it. You can check out the review, with it, but it's still, even though it might not have gotten the highest score, it's still a game that check out. At the very least, just play the demo, man, because it's whacked out. I mean, if you just stand there and just look at the environment, like where the hell am I? It's like on this weird alien planet. Here's this little.
I like the animations too, like.
It's weird. I mean, so this game is kind of like what in the review I kind of referred to it as like the modern day Final Fight. Like if there was a Final Fight, a brawler type game that was made today, this would kind of be it. The first person shooters are of course extremely popular. 2D sprite based brawlers. You're not really going to see those minus Dragon's Crown, which is so few and far between, but. It's taking that brawler genre that was so dominant in like the early 90s in the arcades and on Super Nintendo in the 16-bit era, and just giving it the modern day twist by incorporating first-person elements into it. So it's got a unique combat system. With all punches, again, you get guns randomly throughout the quest, but again, it's a unique game, and it should be played because of that. So the beginning of the game here, you actually have to go and save, or I should say maybe break out Father-Mother out of this prison. Go back. There was a butterfly after you kill this or knock out this guy. Yeah, and when they're down, you can also hit the attack button. You can kind of kick them when they're down. And then you hold down. Maybe I should talk about that too. So the combat, you can block. You hold down. I think it's the X button. Maybe I can't remember off the top of my head, but you can actually So go back and on the left there, pick up that butterfly. So you got to pick up all these butterflies randomly spread out throughout the level. So there's a club. So you can open up these chests. Sometimes there's health in there. Sometimes there's clubs. Sometimes there's guns. This club thing that you have here is really powerful, but it's a slower attack.
All right.
So that's just kind of just an opening tutorial there. So one of my when I was playing this game, there's no jump feature And I don't know, like I just think this game, which is so weird and so unique and so different, is just kind of begging to be explored. And I think just like not having the ability to jump.
I'm wondering if that's one of those things that would probably break the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously they designed the game, to not jump, but I think it's just kind of like a missed opportunity. Like I would, like to wander around this weird world a little bit more, or even have like a grabbing of the ledge or something like that, platforming, light platforming. But oh yeah, and so here you get in the load screen, it tells you if you block and attack, you're going to lose stamina. If you punch in crazy style, you're going to lose stamina. So there's kind of some risk reward. If you do big attacks, you run the risk of getting tired, and if you get tired, obviously you're more susceptible to getting your ass beat. Oh yeah, so now you got a gun. So yeah, you can shoot it, right? If you shoot the little pot thing, then you actually get a trophy if you kind of whittle down an opponent and you kill them by throwing the weapon at them. You get an achievement or a trophy in this case on PSN here.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a number of achievements or again trophies. It'll take you a while, obviously, to unlock them all.
No.
Duh.
I'm glad to see you. We're trying to find our brothers and sisters. We
I
need...
know you're going to get Father Mother out of jail. I'm one step ahead of you. I've got the key to enter the jail, but you can have it. I'm not going with you. Golem told me where I can find you. I have my own father and mother to look for now.
We need your help. Why are they so important now?
Father Mother can wait. Also, Golem wouldn't tell me. But don't you wonder if we are brothers, stolen from the same people? We have no beak, claws, or fur. Same hair color.
Huh. Father Mother's children are my people. Why am I the only one not confused about it?
Yeah, so here's the thing. So yeah, you could you do not have enough leadership skills. So this is how this works. So you're playing as the main lead male, right?
Yeah.
You also have your sister, this chick with the Raiden hat on, comes with you. Now, what's unique about the companion system is, even though, and you'll see after this cutscene, so you're just walking around yourself. Your sister
Weird.
is nowhere to be found, right? But the thing
No.
is,
The net on the ground is like the shape
yeah,
of
it's everything of. I mean, you look everywhere, and it's weird. I mean, just everything. So unlike maybe like Skyrim or like Fallout, where if you get a companion, that companion is always there, always running alongside of you, always helping you fight and carry items and things like that. It's not like that in Xenoclash here. It's basically whenever you come up to a big battle, like a boss, or you're going to fight like multiple guys at one time, then your companion AI will make a magical appearance out of nowhere and help you fight. Now, what's weird, I'll say, about this game, or it kind of throws off the balance a little bit, is you have to you get levels up. So there's some RPG features, but the only way to get a level up is by finding these totem poles that are just randomly hidden throughout all the world. So it doesn't matter how many enemies you kill. So in an hour or two, when the game kind of opens up a little bit, you can just basically avoid
combat.
Every fight. Yeah, and so like, and it's really not a good thing when this game is based around combat, and you want to avoid it, as much as possible. It's not a good sign. So what throws off the balance again is these totem poles. So yeah, if you find a totem pole, you have the option of, I want to increase my strength, I want to increase my stamina and things like that, like the general things. And then you also have to increase your leadership, right? And the thing is in order to get more companions to follow you, like that guy who you were just talking with. You didn't have enough leadership points, so right now you're at 0. But if you would have had 1 leadership point, then he would have joined you. So in the next big battle, instead of just having you and your sister, your companion sister fight with you, you can have an additional AI fight with you. And it actually makes a pretty big difference having another guy on your team, because you can get overwhelmed pretty quick, especially when you're fighting, multiple guys at one time. So here we go. So here's a good example. So you can select your sister. So you got to fight all these guys, at one time. You can knock them on the head if you attack. If you hold down the left trigger, you see the gun will shatter if you hit them too many times. So you should try to use the or you get hit and you could drop it. So you need leadership points, especially early on, to get more guys, and companions on your team. But at the same time, see, you can equip. If you hit up there, you can equip your chain, which is just like a nice crowd control kind of weapon. It's like a big attack. He kind of whips it out there. So you got to spend points to increase your leadership, but it's you really need to increase your health and all this kind of stuff. So making those decisions early on, they're tough, and these totem pole leveling up things are hard to come by. I think if you hit I don't know if it's the R2 button, there you go, you just killed him, but you have that chain in your hand, or maybe it's the square button or something. You can whip it around. It's one big attack. Oh yeah, if you want to pick up that gun, that's
The fuck was that?
Oh, you got nailed from behind. Yep, and then you got to go back to the last checkpoint, which might have been right after you just beat these guys, or right before.
Before.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, see, that was basically the last guy in this lot here.
And he was just kind of came out of nowhere.
And yeah, he just came out of nowhere, so you kind of got, killed cheaply. So so hit the R2, go hit up, equip your chain. And I think it was the R2 button or something is the big crowd control kind of move. There you go. Whatever you just hit there, that was it. Okay, see that? Yeah, there's your sister. Okay, now there's going to be, going up these stairs. There you go. There he is. Yeah, you can pick up that gun. It's more like an assault rifle kind of a...
Oh, I like assault rifles.
Yeah. Because the gun you got now has got to be running low on bullets.
The fuck was that?
Oh. Did you get hit again?
No. I don't think so.
Oh, nothing on the radar. Oh yeah, so you get those skull bomb things where it kind of stuns the enemy.
And that's the totem thing you're talking about?
Yeah. Click on that. Right, so you got one. So now if you hit the select button or the start button, those give you your health back, your stamina back. So if you hit the select button real quick, or maybe it's the start button. Okay, there you go. So yes, it's health, stamina, strength, and leadership. So you can divide it up between these different criteria. So if you increase your leadership, the next guy you come to might join you, but at the same time, you're going to want some health. You're going to want to increase your strength. So they're always tough choices. So yeah, that's it.
Does it change the story at all? If
Well, no, not that I noticed, but it really does make a difference. So again, so right now it's just you and your sister. Oh, there's another butterfly. Um, when you do get that third guy in your team, because you come up to some pretty heavy battles later on where, you got to fight, 5 guys at one time, and you can just, get overwhelmed, and so it's a tough call. It's kind of almost like Skyrim. Like it asks you to, these, really important questions, how you want to basically develop your character from the beginning, because that's going to affect how you're going to spend the next several hours, playing with this character. So kind of like a lot of pressure right when you first start. And then later on, so you just got this chain that's kind of like a crowd control weapon. You can pick up the random gun, like that you have here. And then later in the game, you get some weird weapons, or maybe I'll call them accessories, where one of them is, it's a gauntlet, and right now you're playing in nighttime, but when you started the game, daytime. So the game has a day and night cycle. And then later in the game, you have to use this gauntlet to actually line up. You have to line up with sun or the moon. You hold up you look into the sun, and then you hit the attack button, and it actually shoots beam from the sun. But this beam if it hits these blue transparent doors, basically it's a way to unlock these doors and get through this barrier. But what sucks about it is you have to wait for certain times of the day to actually unlock them. You can't just hit X to open up a stupid door. You have to wait for the day-night cycle to go by, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So yeah, these are shields, and you can just keep pummeling on until they drop their shield breaks. You kind of be smarter and maybe hit them from behind. So here you get all these guys, and here's basically you're fighting these 5 guys at one time. You hold down left trigger and then hit right with that guy. I think you dropped the gun down though.
No, I got it.
And if your partner, your sister, if she takes too much damage, obviously she'll die. So the thing is over time she'll kind of regain her health. So if you go this big battle here, and then if she's down for you put a battle number 2 that's just a couple minutes away, she's just still out recovering. So that's another you kind of got to be smart with your fighting, because you might be fighting solo. So that's why it's good to have another guy in your team to getting your leadership points up.
I can hear you.
It's my keyboard. It's supposed to be noisy.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, oh, you're not talking back to me, Dan. I was going to be like, yo, dog, I can still hear you. Is the stream getting a little choppy?
It's all right.
Oh.
On occasion, it'll hiccup for a few frames, but it's all right.
All right.
It's still watchable for sure.
Okay, cool. Just because, like, I need to call the fucking cable company and yell about my internet.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, they gave me a shit modem.
Yeah, I always prefer to buy my own, but then they have to like register it, and it's always a pain in the ass.
Oh, dude, fucking Time Warner's trying to get rid of that shit. They're trying to. You see, yeah, so you can't. Yeah. Yeah, because that seems legal.
We want to monopolize our market.
Yeah, entirely.
So this is the bad guy here. I guess he's just called the Golem, but he has no mouth, but yet he talks.
It looks more like a mask.
And that's just weird. Can we throw it, make it even weirder?
You had to say that. I just wanted to count how many seconds it would take you to respond. You must really dislike this generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. She actually reached Father Mother. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Coming up here.
Giant bird man.
Yeah, it's this giant bird thing. He's got like, here we go. He's got like one eye. He's tall as hell. You got this elephant dude is gonna kick your ass. Like that's kind of cool. It's like this game. It has its common enemies. So there's the guy in the back coming after you. He's got like this thing on his head. But a lot of these enemies have, they're new. Like this, you were just fighting like or there's a big elephant dude. You get on. They're kind of like Shadow of the Colossus style.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool that Sean's fighting these new guys. So there's not a whole lot of there's some palette slapping, of course. Every game has it, but they put a lot of to make unique characters. I do look at him wrong, like him once bad up, kind of these X.
There you go. What we got here?
Almost. Maybe go back a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, retard got stuck on the geometry.
See, yeah, that's what I guess. But this game, there's bugs in here. This on the environment. I've actually had the game on occasion just basically lock up on me, where my controller just locked up. I couldn't do anything. I had to do a reset.
That's always good.
Yeah. So there's a few bugs. It's not flawless. But in case you're this guy with other guys, you kind of come off one at a time. Yeah, don't die now. Because then you gotta do all that.
I'm glad that he got stuck in the geometry, apparently.
Yeah, right? So sometimes glitches can be good. There
Yeah.
you go.
Father, mother. Father, mother.
Now you're gonna get the cutscene with Father Mo.
Came to me.
Lord, how are we going to get you out of here?
Move back.
You could do that all along?
Not until my children came for me. My children. I am so sorry I lied to you.
I think I knew, Father, mother. I always suspected you hadn't given birth to us. But unlike Dad, I didn't make such a fuss about it.
So weird.
You are my father, mother.
Father Mother must stay here. He is a kidnapper.
So that, this game is still running, in time. You can see the sledgehammer, the
Yeah, yeah.
We don't care. Go take your jail somewhere else.
When you hurt me, you also hurt yourself. You are just too primitive to understand any other way. This is not my prison, Rimmett. I explained to your fellow Zenos what a prison is, and they took a reasonable course of action. It is not my place to command, but to guide. I
little
put
bit
down
clip
the
in.
law. Others stepped up to enforce it.
You say you won't interfere, yet I see you blocking the stairs.
I'm gonna break you in half.
You're gonna burn.